What is going on, guys? It's Adam A.K. Marf. Hey, I wanted to go over some things. This is an urgent update. Of course, I wanted to talk about kind of updating what I've been talking about over the last couple days. I have several pieces here that I'm going to go over real quick. This is just going to be kind of a crash course in kind of the update. A lot of things are popping off right now, so people need to know this. Of course, the last couple of videos I've done from my cell phone, but here I can actually show you what I'm talking about. Again, we try to back up everything we say. Even when I'm doing a cell phone video, I make sure to have a bibliography put up on the website so you know exactly where you're getting your stories and where you're getting, of course, your information. So NATO has not only scrambled jets on Monday, they scrambled jets 10 times. When you first see a headline like this, you think, oh, over the year, NATO has scrambled jets. No, this is NATO scrambled jets 10 times on Monday to, of course, track Russian military planes across Europe. Now, if you haven't followed the last couple of videos, I've been talking about the current situation from Suez to what happened there and how, again, some even thought that might have been a practice run. Because, of course, if the Suez was blocked again in the future, say if you were to block that, if you had anything in the European theater or ships or American military navy to get other places, that would be a huge hindrance. But as far as with China, what is even crazier about all of this stuff is that they actually have the Panama Canal. Some people say that, a Chinese company is what runs the Panama Canal. But when you really look into it, since Carter, they did this deal where basically the Panamans or whatever were supposed to get this canal back, which was a huge trade route. And they ended up having so much Chinese investment there that they ended up putting it in charge of this Chinese company. Now, first off, most all of these Chinese companies are then kind of answering to the state. So therefore, they have kind of control of that. Now, controlling these waterways will have a big impact if we ever go into a WW3 situation. And in my opinion, and this is my opinion, we are closer than ever before right now. So I'm going to put this on the website. Again, this is NATO scrambled fighter jets 10 times Monday to track and intercept unusually rare peak of Russian boomers, and I say that on purpose, and fighters flying over the North Sea, Black Sea, and Baltic Sea, all over the place. They are actually flying not only Russian boomers, but Chinese jets over Taiwan in numbers of 20. We're seeing numbers that we've never seen before. 200 ships amassing off of the Philippines. Of course, the Filipino president basically came out and said, these are military boats. These aren't just regular merchant ships. Again, kind of weird there as well. At the same time, you have NK testing nukes. You, of course, have Russia testing their unstoppable nuke. All of this is going on at the same exact time. Not to mention, of course, you had over on Alaska, on our front, Russian Tu-142s enter Alaskan air defense and get chased off. So this is something that you see a lot, right? I've covered this kind of thing a lot. I've covered, of course, them getting chased off from Alaska and things like this. If this is isolated, that's not that big of a deal. But with everything going on around the world, this is getting a lot hotter. So again, it has gotten to the point where now European alert levels, of course, yesterday we covered how the alert level went from, I want to say a possible crisis to a possible imminent crisis, the highest level that the European command could be at. So this was a big step for them yesterday. They basically said they were at the highest level of alert. So personally, I think that everybody should know this stuff. But people are too, kind of ingrained in whatever they're doing in their 9 to 5. They're too, kind of locked down in their own minds. Again, when you are paying attention to this stuff, you realize that the world stopped, mostly for everybody that's sitting in their house. But all over the world, things are still going on. Again, it's not as stopped as you think. And then we have, of course, just to show you, this has gotten serious. Top U.S. general calls Russia directly and Ukraine amid reported Moscow troop buildup. It says the top Pentagon general called counterparts in Russia and Ukraine Wednesday as the U.S. Defense Department expressed concerns about the reported buildup of Russian troops along Ukraine's border and in Crimea. It says U.S. troops in Europe, again, were on an elevated watch condition as Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley spoke to General Valery Gerasimov and the Russian Armed Forces Chief of Staff and Ukraine Armed Forces Commander-in-Chief Ruslan Kamchak. So there's all sorts of people that will say, oh, this has been said for years. Right now, we are physically seeing moves being made. I have covered every last one of these. Again, we have now mainstream what we've been talking about for the last 3 days. This came out today. Again, this is I put out a post earlier basically saying, people say we told you so or we want to get a pat on our back. We're not saying that. We're saying that because for anybody who is new and hasn't watched us for 3 years, they don't know that 4 months before this event happened to the entire world that we were warning and even saying specifically why we thought that this event was going to happen, even with statistics from the W and the O, right? We showed you statistics of what they were predicting. All of the predictions usually come true. The writing is on the wall. So when you look at the actions of all of the countries and you have to follow very closely, and that's, again, what we do, and you have tons of people in your circle that are actually in the know, then you do end up finding out this stuff. So we want to pass out as much information as we can while being responsible about it and making sure that we back up everything we say. So what we are giving you here is the source for everything, and you can go check it yourself. Nobody can call this fake because these are all authoritative sources, and we put them together, and we've been putting them together for years and using that to show you what is happening next. Because there's always signs. There's always, there's always a basic step out there. This is from today. Newsweek, China military preparing for U.S. intervention in Taiwan Strait. Again, this is what we've said over the last few days, and of course now they're saying it publicly. It's not for a pat on the back. It's so people, in the hopes that people share this and people realize that, yes, we have to do this with a goofy name, and we have to do this and have fun at the same time. But we are serious about this. Like, this is my passion. This is Dex's passion. This is everybody at Marfoogle News. This is our passion to actually look at this stuff. This is otherwise I don't know what I would be doing with myself. This is what I spent all my time in when I was in every other job I was ever doing. This is what my passion was. So just like you probably spent a lot of time researching things that they don't help your day-to-day life. It just so happens that I did what I was passionate about, and that's what brought you here. That's why these channels are growing, is because we're passionate about it. And I see others that I've met off camera, other YouTubers, the successful ones. It's always a difference of, are they doing it to do it, or are they doing it because they love it? Or they're doing it because they're going to be doing it anyways, regardless if there's a camera or not. So I hope you realize where our intentions are. I hope people realize that whether this happens or not, I hope that people realize that it is a real possibility and that it can happen. Here's Russian buildup in, this is again, now there's more video coming out. Of course, military just confirmed last week or a week and a half ago that indeed they believe both of those countries are working south of our border. Think about this, put all of it together. And you start to paint a picture and go, okay, so what is actually going on here? This is again a convoy in Mozarok. This is again over on Twitter at Disclose, and it says Rostov advances. So let me turn the sound off here. And you'll see one after another. This isn't the only one. Twitter is now starting to flood with these kinds of videos. So again, kind of crazy. Not to mention all of the actual moves being made on paper. Here's another one after we finish this one up. Okay, so we actually have, let me see if the second one is here. And and by the way, I don't have Dex. Today we're not doing a normal show because Dex's power is out in Georgia. So I felt like this was urgent enough to get out. We have more videos, and then if you want to go to marfooglenews.com, again, we are going to back up everything plus a whole lot more. In fact, tonight's show is all prepped and ready to go, but we're going to leave you to that so you can go over there. And then if you want to protect yourself, I highly recommend that people start looking into protection against things like an EMP shield. I hope everybody knows about these guys. Again, we have been partnered and, of course, been knowing about this for a long time. So, again, if anything like this to happen, like an EMP or even a natural solar flare, you should have protection like this. This is an actual device. Not only that, the company has not only worked for DHS, DOD, but now is with DEMSO officially helping protect the Texas grid. So if you are new, I hope you understand that you should be checking out stuff like this. And eventually, I hope that it ends up saving lives. I think eventually it will be used because of even if we don't have an enemy or an adversary, we will eventually have another Carrington event. Scientists don't even debate about that. We will have one, and we've had one for as long as the history has gone about. So that would be a solar flare and a huge one. So again, go check that out, marfooglenews.com. I just wanted to update you on that those few stories, and more is going to be on our website. Go to marfooglenews.com. I hope all of you realize that this is really happening, and I don't think it's too hard to see the writing on the wall. If I forgot anything, it will be on the next show on our sister channel, Marfoogle TV. If you have not joined, it's the same spelling as Marfoogle News, only just add a TV at the end, you'll find it. Or if you just search Marfoogle News, it will be down below on that first channels. So it's at about 142,000 now. So that's a totally different channel, again, but 2-hour live shows. Thank you guys, and have a good night. Be safe, be prepared. And Marf out.